A few days ago, I stumbled upon an Apple Watch ad that highlighted how New Year resolutions often fizzle out sometime in January. Since I care about helping new creators stay motivated and consistent on their YouTube journey, I decided to talk about why so many new creators decide to quit in January. And more importantly, why you will not be one of them. Let's dive in. Let's cover the first point. I'm calling this first point the January reality check. We all know that most New Year resolutions start and then drop off and never get finished. But why does this happen? Well, for starters, most people feel burned out after the holiday season. They feel exhausted, so they listen to their feelings and they decide to take a break. Also, a lot of us use January to reflect on the previous year and figure out what we should do this year and create those New Year resolutions, which then causes us to reevaluate maybe what we did if we were a new content creator last year, and then we're carrying that into this year and continuing our YouTube journey this year. Then typically we might say, well, maybe things didn't go as well as planned last year, so maybe let's reevaluate this whole YouTube thing and maybe not take it as seriously, or maybe just wrap it up, throw it away, say that, okay, that was cool, and maybe let's go to something else. So basically, they reevaluate their commitment to their YouTube journey. Additionally, viewership tends to drop in January, and so if you're a new creator and you're looking to continue to build momentum, especially into this new year, that could cause discouragement, which can, of course, lead to quitting. Maybe it's discouragement from unrealistic goals, highly ambitious goals that just are totally unattainable, which is causing that further discouragement, leading to possible burnout, to then following up with possible quitting. Another reason why new content creators tend to fizzle out is because there's just a lack of vision, a lack of a concrete plan, a step-by-step guide of how you're going to get to where you're going to go. You need a map to figure out, okay, this is how I'm going to get from point A to point B. How are you going to get from point A to point B if you don't know how you're going to get there if you've never been there before? Another mistake is relying solely on the initial motivation, the initial excitement of getting started without considering the level of commitment required to see it through to the end. Other times it's poor habit formation. It's failing to incorporate new behaviors in daily routines. Also, there's social pressures from others who are not even creating content or have never even created content ever, thinking that and expecting that you should be at a certain level by now, but you're not. And of course, new creators, just like all of us, face external distractions where our focus is derailed by every little distraction that pops up. So those are all the reasons why a new creator may consider to quit in January. I remember last January 2024, I hadn't even started my channel yet. I was in preparation mode. I was getting ready to get ready state, where I feel like I had to just keep getting ready and keep getting ready and keep getting ready. Something I was the stage I was in for about 2 years, unfortunately. And then I finally got started. I finally pushed myself to get started because I know initially in January of 2024, I told myself as part of my New Year resolution that I have to absolutely start posting on YouTube. I have to start my channel. And that happened about March 2024. So if you're in that stage right now where you're still getting ready to get ready, where you're still feeling that you need to prepare yourself to be ready when you should actually just be starting, just like how I was last January 2024. Or if you're somebody who already started their YouTube channel last year, 2024, and you're carrying it into this year, and you're feeling discouraged, you're wondering, should I continue on this journey? Can I commit to this journey? Just know those feelings, or maybe whatever beginning stage you're in, that's normal and it's predictable. You're not failing, you're just facing your real first test. Now let's cover the second point, which I'm calling the 3 common breaking points. The first common breaking point is people just burning themselves out because of unrealistic posting schedules. If you have your day job and friends and family and hobbies and whatever else you have jam-packed in your schedule already, and then you're also trying to incorporate and fit in now scheduling time to record and edit videos and comment on videos and all these things that comes with being a content creator. If you're trying to fit all that in and this new addition of things of you trying to create content is causing you to get less sleep or whatever it may be, then you've got to consider that maybe that's an unrealistic posting schedule. If you're attempting to post daily or 5 days a week, 4 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever it is you think you should be posting, and that's causing you to lose sleep and causing you to have poor performance at work, or not performing well around your friends or family and causing division that wasn't there before, then there's things to reconsider. You've got to think and reflect, well, maybe it might be just good enough right now to start off with just one post a week. And then pick a day to really sit down and think about, like, what is really important to me? What do I want to keep into my schedule? What can I cut out of my schedule to free up time for the very thing or things that are most important to me, that are my highest priorities? Because if you think you can just keep living the way that you have always lived before creating content, you're mistaken. You're going to have to make adjustments along the way, especially as you absorb more and more responsibility along your YouTube journey. I do adjust my content creation calendar multiple times in the last year, and I'll actually later in this video briefly cover what it looks like for me in a given week for creating content. The second common breaking point is experiencing disappointment with views. So guess how many views my first video had? 26. Guess how much my second video had? 8. 8 views. And then my third video, how many views there? 6 views. In fact, I didn't see another 20 plus view video until about 4 weeks after that third video. And I didn't even see another video that surpassed my first video of 26 views until I made the decision later in 2024 to pivot away from book summaries and start on original content. And I made that decision just 2 months ago. I posted one new video every single week on my channel starting about March 2024, missing a week here and there when I felt maybe overwhelmed by my schedule or if I just was under the weather, not feeling well. You might be asking, well, in those early months, what kept you going when you were getting so little views? What did you focus on to help you keep steady and continuing to post weekly? Well, for one, I know when you're starting something new, you start in the negatives. What does that mean? Think of a number line, okay? There's 0 here in the middle, then there's negative numbers. On the other side of the 0, there's positive numbers, right? Well, when you're starting something new and you don't have any particular skill sets built up yet with that new venture that you're participating in, you're starting in the negatives. And then as you're remaining consistent and building those skills and practicing and actioning those very things that you've never done before, you get better, you get better, you get better. Eventually you're moving up and up and up toward that 0 on the timeline there, on the number line. And eventually you reach some mastery levels, and those very things that weren't coming second nature to you before are now all of a sudden second nature to you. And then now all of a sudden you're starting to enter the positive numbers on the number line. And that means you're starting to see results. You're starting to see views. You're starting to see engagement. You're starting to see comments coming in. That's why it's important to stay consistent, to take action, to not sit on the sidelines. You've got to participate and know that when you start something new, you're going to start in the negative. And as you stay consistent, as you continue taking actions, eventually you move up that number line. Additionally, in those first few months, I was actually perfectly fine with just getting very minimal views because I knew I was just building skills, right? I was building skills of how to edit, how to record, how to communicate effectively and storytell effectively. I had the perspective that when I am good enough, then views will come in. Then engagement will come in. And then when I get even better, then more views will come in and more engagement will come in, right? And so my main focus was just to stay consistent because I know consistency leads to mastery. And now the third common breaking point is feeling isolated, lacking a community, finding your very first creator friends. As of right now, here's my weekday schedule. So what I do Monday through Friday. I make sure to comment on at least one video in my niche. For any comments that come into my videos, I make sure to comment on those as they come in. And also years ago, I paid for a YouTube coaching program. And with that program came a Facebook group community of other new content creators who are on the journey of becoming successful content creators. And within that Facebook group community, I make sure to contribute at least one post every single weekday as well. Those are the very things I do currently. And of course, it may evolve over time. But as of right now, those are the things I do to build community to make sure I'm not feeling isolated. And so if there was one major takeaway from these 3 breaking points, I would say that it's that every breaking point has a solution as long as you're willing to look for it. Now let's cover the 3rd main point, which I'm calling building your anti-quit framework. So first, you want to create a sustainable content creation calendar. Let me give you an example of what my weeks look like right now. I have my 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. So that means Monday nights, I am editing the video that is set to be released that week. And then that means Tuesday nights, I am also continuing to edit that same video and making sure to upload it to YouTube and schedule it to be released Wednesday morning. So then Wednesday evenings, I am taking a look at that long form video that I just had posted for that week, that Wednesday morning, and pulling out a short clip that I can produce a YouTube short out of. And then I am editing that and uploading it to YouTube that Wednesday evening, and then making sure to set it to be released that Thursday night. So that means Thursday night, I am teeing up and starting to edit the next video that will be released that next week. And then Friday, if I'm able to, sometimes I don't edit, sometimes I do edit, but sometimes if I have time or a little bit of time on Friday night at some point, then I will try to continue editing that video. Then Saturday, I typically try to record a new video on Saturday. If I don't get around to recording a new video on Saturday, then I record a new video on Sunday. But I always make sure to record at least one new video every single weekend. If I can record 2 videos on a weekend, I will definitely do that as well. But also at the same time, if I have time on Saturday and or Sunday to continue editing that upcoming video, then I will fit in time to make that happen as well. And then I just repeat the cycle. Next, you want to focus on setting realistic monthly goals. So this time last year, January 2024, my only goal was just to get started, which I did by about March 2024. My monthly goals were just to simply make sure to post at least 3 to 4 videos a month. That's what I started off with. Only recently, in the last 2 months, have I started also incorporating YouTube Shorts. But when I initially started, I just started with long form video, 3 to 4 of those a week. 3 to 4 of those a month. I feel that's very doable for anyone who has a full-time job, maybe a family or close friends that you hang out with all the time. That's very doable to try to put out at least 3 to 4 long-form videos every single month. And when I say long-form videos, I say videos that are somewhere between 8 to 16 minutes long. Once you've got those things dialed in, next you want to focus on weekly check-ins with yourself. So maybe you want to ask yourself, what did I do well today? What did I do well yesterday? What did I do well this week? In what areas can I improve? So those are good starting questions to start with. And when it comes to success in anything, it isn't about avoiding struggles or avoiding challenges. It's about having a plan when you are struggling or when a challenge pops up. And if you're watching this and you're a new content creator, I urge you to comment and share what your January challenge is right now. And if you liked this video, like, subscribe, share it with somebody else who you feel would benefit from this. And to cap it all off, I have a mental health tip. Just last week, I fell behind on my video schedule and I had a minor freakout moment because a lot was going on. There was a lot of family visiting. There was just a lot from the holidays and everything. So what did I do to reset myself? What I did is I wrote down 3 things that I improved upon since starting YouTube. 1 is that I'm a better communicator. 2 is that I'm a better video editor now. And 3, I'm much better now of mapping out my days, my weeks, my months. So I'm getting way more satisfaction out of my days, my weeks, my months than ever before. Try this exercise whenever you're feeling overwhelmed. And as always, be kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. Serve yourself so that you can serve others. It starts with us. This video was all about starting with us first, getting ourselves right first so that we can put ourselves out there in the world and help others along their journeys as well. So let's get after it. Until next time, you take care.